We're going to look this morning rapidly at Gog and Magog, Yakjuj and Majuj. Who are they? Are they human beings? Or are there some strange creatures with 24 ears and 4 noses and 6 or 8 hands on each side? Who are they? Are they from some outer planet, or do they reside down in the bowel of the earth? Who are they? Let the Quran answer that question. In Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran, we are told, Inna Ya'juj wa Ma'juj mufsiduna fil ard. Gog and Magog are perpetrating fasad. Fasad is not just a sin. Fasad is a crime. It is criminal conduct. For a sin, punishment is over there. But for a crime, punishment is also over here. And the punishment for fasad is the worst in the Quran. It is graded. You can be banished. You can have your hands and your feet cut off on opposite sides. And you can be crucified. And if you are crucified, and when they bring down your body, you pick up your briefcase and you walk away, you come back. You're not yet crucified. You're not yet crucified. Because this crucifixion of this punishment which is in the Quran is most certainly not to be just put for 5 minutes on a cross, on a tree, and then you can bring him down. That's not crucifixion. Not in the Quran. You have to die, then that you crucify. In the Quran. Outside of the Quran there are many strange things, I know. But this is the Quran. Who can commit an act of fasad? Who are Gog and Magog? Can't be an angel. Why? Because angels have no free will. They cannot disobey. They commit no sin. So Gog and Magog cannot be angels. Other than angels, who else have been created by Allah? Only jinn and human beings. And so Gog and Magog can either be angels or jinn or human beings. If not, they probably are creatures of whom we have no knowledge, because Allah makes no mention of them. No knowledge. If Allah makes no mention of them, then this Quran has come to explain all things. So this Quran must explain Gog and Magog. Can there be jinn? Yes, jinn can commit sin, and jinn will be judged on the day of judgment, and jinn will be in heaven or in hell. There are jinn who are Muslims, and there are jinn who are shayateen. But Gog and Magog cannot be jinn, because jinn are invisible creatures. And if you are being attacked by jinn who are committing fasad in your land, and you build a barrier built of material substance, how would a material wall protect you from the jinn? And that's what Zulkarnain did. He built a barrier built of, was it recycled paper? No, it was iron. Zubarul Hadid. And a barrier built with iron offers no protection from the jinn. And so the conclusion we arrive at is that there's only one other creation. In all of creation, one other which can commit sin, which is a crime, and who can be contained behind the material barrier, because they're material beings. And so we conclude that Gog and Magog are human beings, and we only use the Quran so far. When we go to the Hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that the Yakjuj and Majuj are from Banu Adam. They are the progeny of Adam alayhi salam. They're human beings. So that completes that discussion. No need to go and search in the bowel of the earth. No need to go and search anywhere in the skies. They are human beings. The rabbis in Medina were asked, how can we tell whether he is indeed a prophet of Allah? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And they said, ask him these three questions which only a prophet can answer. And one of the questions was, ask him about the great traveler who traveled to the two ends of the earth. The Quran answered the question and gave the information about the journey to one side and the journey to the second side. But that was not the target of the question. Allah knew the target of the question. And so Allah gave them the journey, which was the third one. And that journey in the third direction gave us one of the signs of the last day, major signs of the last day, Gog and Magog. So the target of the question was Gog and Magog. Does he know about Gog and Magog? وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنْ ذِي الْقَرْنَيْنِ. And they questioned me about someone who is called the possessor of Qarnayn, either two horns, or who impacts on two ages. It appears to mean two ages here, because otherwise the Quran uses qarn for an age, not for a horn. He travels in the direction of the setting of the sun. And then he travels in the direction of the rising of the sun. And then he travels in a third direction. Which was it? That is west, and this one is east. Which is the third one? We know the third one. Why? Because Nabi Muhammad ﷺ said that when they are released, they will pass by the Sea of Galilee on the way to Jerusalem. And there in Jerusalem, they will surround a mountain, which is in Baytul Maqdis. That's what the hadith says. And Nabi Isa alayhi salam will be up the mountain. So if you're traveling, passing the Sea of Galilee on your way to Jerusalem, you're coming from the north. You did study geography, didn't you? All right. When he traveled in the direction of the setting of the sun, he could go no further because he came upon a body of water, which was hamia, dark and murky. So now we're looking for a body of water to the left of the Holy Land, are going north. And there are only two. One is the Mediterranean Sea, which is not Hamia, because you can look down and you can see meters down. But north of the Mediterranean Sea, there is precisely such a body of water. It is even known as the Black Sea, because it is Hamia. So much algae in the water that visibility is very, very difficult. Just about 1 meter you can see. And our Mufassirun, long years ago, identified it as the Black Sea. You find it in Tafsir ibn Kathir. And they come across a people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created Zulkarnain and bestowed upon him power. Power to pursue any objective he chooses to pursue. He is the superpower. But he has faith in Allah. And so when power is founded, power rests on the foundations of faith. How will power be used? And the Quran now gives a beautiful explanation. Zulkarnain replies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have a little difficulty in having that fellow called Alexander, that you call Alexander the Great, having a conversation with Allah. I have a little difficulty with that. Allah speaks to him and he speaks to Allah. Alexander, the fellow who worshipped all the Greek gods and goddesses and so on. Yeah. So, Zulkarnain replies to Allah and he says, those who commit acts of zulm, who are unjust, who oppress, who are wicked in their conduct, I'm going to punish them. And so power, when it rests on the foundations of faith, is used to punish the oppressor. And when they return to you, you will also punish them. And so when power rests on the foundations of faith, there is an essential harmony between this world here and that world there. What a wonderful world in which to live. And those who have faith and who are righteous in conduct, I'll treat them nicely and they will be rewarded. So when power rests on the foundations of faith, power is used to support and to protect those who have faith and who are righteous in conduct. The Quran is teaching a lesson. And then he travels in the direction of the rising of the sun. So if you move east from the Black Sea, how far can you go? As you move east from the Black Sea, you're going to come upon another sea, beyond which you can't go. What's the name of that sea? The Caspian Sea. You're lucky I don't have time to ask you questions. The Caspian Sea. And there he came across the people, and now we see the very few words, agonizingly few in the Quran. He came across a people, لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترا. Just only these words? Could you not have given us some more? لم نجعل لهم من دونها سترا. A sitr is a covering, that which covers. Other than that, we gave them no more covering. Other than that, we gave them no covering. So now we are forced. We are forced. There is no way we can get away from it. We are forced to dig deep to try to determine what is the message being sent. And when we come to a conclusion, of course, we must say Allah knows best. There's no obligation to accept our understanding. Could be. Here are people who are sitting on a vast sea of oil. When power rests on the foundations of faith, and you come across such a people, you want to exploit the oil. I mean, it's valuable. And these are just human beings then. What do? You pick them up and you ship them to Brazil. Yeah? So you can exploit all the oil. Or, alternatively, these are people who are living an essentially primitive way of life. Only the natural covering, that's all that they have from the elements. What do you do when you come across such a people?